Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpol and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.
Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 145 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim, the Russian Rocket Van Stratton, joined by the great Rodney Newpol, who is sitting in his dark home, the bright light. How are you, man? How are you?
The Russian Rocket, back in the day, one of my favorite all-time non-St. Louis Blues, Pavel Bure, good player. Remember him and Trevor Linden, I believe was the name together.
Yeah.
Back when the Canucks were decent.
Before they were infiltrated by a couple of creepy ginger twins who have never been seen apart from one another.
And never really won much either.
And the Sneeds went to Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final. In case you forgot, they burned the entire city after it.
Yeah, so it's their fault. But no, I do remember the Russian Rocket. I am doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you in the on the island there? How are you today?
Good. The volcano that's in my backyard or close to it is starting to erupt again. It erupts every 10 days or so. So might go check that out tomorrow if it's still bubbling. Just casual whatever.
So what happens? Do you feel anything? Do you hear anything? Do you smell anything where you are at currently? What is it? How does it affect you?
Where I'm at, none of the above.
Okay.
But depending on where you are in proximity to the volcano, you could definitely get sort of the smell. I think the primary thing though is if the volcano is really erupting, you'll get some of the ash that can blow in your direction. But most of the time it blows away from us. It doesn't blow to where I'm at. So I've mentioned this before, but our home insurance here, not to, this is, I guess, where we're opening the show. Our home insurance here, a few minutes from an active volcano, is cheaper than it was in Central Illinois, to give you an idea of the danger levels that we're in here. So, no, it's fine. I mean, I'm sure though we'll have earthquakes. We'll feel it. We'll have to cut our water line temporarily if we get some ash that's in our gutters. But for the most part, it's all good. So, giving you a little volcano knowledge on this Thursday evening.
Yeah, all right. I set up the show tonight, so I'll try to steer us along and see what happens. But we are currently 118 days away from the NFL opener. Now, the NFL opener, it's going to throw me off when we get closer because it is on a Wednesday night.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, that's going to throw me off. I usually finish my fantasy drafts Tuesday, and that's okay. I guess it's still okay. But Wednesday, I mean, you hate it, but you'll like it when it gets here.
But why couldn't it be Thursday? Is nothing sacred anymore? That's the point here. Is nothing sacred? There are certain things that we should just not touch. And the NFL season starting on a Thursday night has been something that has been an institution. And now we're doing it on Wednesday. Why? So we can accommodate a game in Australia? What are we doing?
Yeah.
So
my argument,
I'm very upset by it. And maybe I'm just an old guy who hates change. But I hate the amount of international games and the Wednesday games and the Friday games. It's just give me dedicated NFL days and then allow me to care about other sports on the other days. Because really what this boils down to is if there's an NFL game on a Wednesday, and this is week 1, this is anytime, I'm going to feel like I have to watch that NFL game, even if I don't want to, but I feel like I have to, even if there's a full day of NHL, even if there's a full day of college hoops, whatever. I have to be like, well, there's an NFL game. I guess I got to watch it. And I don't want to do that, but I'm addicted, and they know I'm addicted, and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So
my
that's
argument,
really
my argument back would be, why don't we start it on a Tuesday? I mean, why did we pick Wednesday? Why didn't we pick Tuesday? I don't know. But we're 118 days away. We're going to get to the schedule release here in just a bit. But I happy thoughts. Every time we get here on a Thursday, we are going to be a week closer. That sounds good. Good English, Rodney. But we'll be a week closer every time. Yeah, weaker. Anyways, that's the first thing I wanted to start with. 118 days from the NFL opener. All right, let's give our little thank you to Gateway Sports, our good partners over at Gateway Sports. Hold on one second. Let me pull up the live read. It's not like it's a.
Oh yeah, and then there's accompanying creative assets that go along with the live read. So I'll let you pull that up.
Here you go.
You all
if you love
stare
sports,
at this graphic.
If you love sports at every level, there's only one place to be. That is Gateway Sports. They cover the preps, the college, and the pros. Real coverage, real voices, real passion for the game. From live shows to podcasts, Gateway Sports connects the region like nobody else. Proudly powered by First Form and Recalibrate. Visit gatewaysports.net. Every level, one Gateway. Thanks to the fine folks over at Gateway Sports for the graphic. There it is. Cardinals, Yankees, two playoff teams.
Two playoff teams, like we all predicted. We all knew that it was going to be the Cardinals and the Yankees.
I mean, I'm not going to talk too much baseball on this show, but the Cardinals are playing pretty well. Another come from behind win today, beat the first place Athletics. I'm still not sure that the Athletics are really for real. I said nah the other day, but it was a nice come from behind win. Jordan Walker might be a dude.
It's funny, like Jordan Walker, everyone's like, oh, finally broke out when like this is his fourth season in the big league. He's only 23 years old, something ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's this is normally when guys start to improve. It's just he was incredibly young when he started, like, incredibly raw.
Yeah.
We see that happen in baseball all the time. But I think we're just so we expect these hot prospects to come up and immediately be great. And we're stunned when it's like a 21-year-old struggles hitting major league pitching. Like how they suck and they give up on them and then it ruins them. But
yeah, no. Anyways, all right, let's move on. I didn't want to start right away with baseball, so let's go NFL schedule thoughts. That's the elephant in the room. That's, I guess, the big news today. You know, you got NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, Major League Baseball season, PGA Championship, and it's still back to the NFL. All right, Tim, besides, you cannot talk about the season starting on Wednesday anymore. That's water under the bridge. What are we doing? What's your thoughts on the NFL schedule? What initially smacked you in the face about the NFL schedule that we've been learning the last 10 days?
I mean, that's a good question. Well, what's the best way to do this here? Like, do we want to just talk about some of the big matchups? The Thanksgiving games, the week 1 slates, all that.
Yeah, let's go. We'll go Thanksgiving and Christmas and see and talk about those games and just any other thoughts that came out. You can talk about your New York Giants schedule. I know the Bears have a pretty tough schedule. But let's go Thanksgiving, Christmas games and see what we come up with here.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, contrary to what we were saying on Tuesday, the season is going to open up with a Super Bowl rematch, which is kind of weird that they're putting a Super Bowl rematch at a Super Bowl that was pretty uncompetitive week 1 or like right away. And especially with all the stuff going on with Mike Vrabel, like we're going to be like talking about that. And it's like, if I'm the league and I don't want to have that be a story anymore, I'm burying the Patriots at 1 Eastern on Sunday. Like,
all right,
I'm throwing them in that mix rather than
the NFL doesn't want this to go away though.
You think that they like it secretly? They're just a real glutton for.
They've been in the news all off season.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right, so the Thanksgiving slates, we get Bears Lions again, which hopefully Ben Johnson learns from his predecessor and uses all of his timeouts in that game. The second game is Eagles Cowboys, which I'm told is a good matchup. I'm not so sure it is. And then Chiefs Bills, which I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm down on the Chiefs, but like I'm not as excited about Chiefs Bills as I would have been 2 years ago. Yeah, maybe I'm just being cynical here. It's a good match. It's good. It's probably better than like I don't know, Bengals Steelers or something that like they typically do on Sunday night or on that Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, my thought was like Jaguars Colts or Jaguars Chargers out of division, something like that on a Thursday night, Thanksgiving. No, I think these. I mean, okay, so obviously with my, we both have Central Illinois roots, and that's not going to go away from you, even though you've moved to Hawaii. You're still going to be interested in the Bears. Bears Lions, even if we weren't, that's a great game.
Losing, yeah,
that's a great game.
Yeah, no, that is 100%.
We knew the Cowboys would be 3:30 on Thanksgiving Day. Fine. There's probably a better matchup that the Cowboys would have to play. Obviously, you would probably like the New York Giants. Maybe you don't. That's probably a good thought. Like you probably don't want the Giants to play on Thanksgiving Day because it then consumes you even more. You're not.
It makes what is my favorite day of the year become unnecessarily stressful. And also the Giants have been so bad for the better part of the last 15 years that I'm so used to them laying an egg in these primetime games. And it's like the sole focus of every football fan is on that game. So then it's just the entire internet is just dunking on my team. I don't particularly care for that. So it's not great.
And then
so I'm happy that they're not on Thanksgiving this year.
I mean, Chiefs Bills is a good matchup. It's a good matchup in the NFL. Yeah. So I think we have a Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce fatigue going on. And I think we kind of maybe started to count them out last year, but like that's a good matchup, right? Like that's two successful programs, franchises going at it. So I think the NFL did a good job for Thanksgiving Day. That's a pretty good triple header.
So then sandwiched around Thanksgiving, we have a Thanksgiving Eve game, another Wednesday game, the Packers and the Rams in LA, which, that's a good game. And then we finally, on Black Friday, have the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Denver Broncos. So we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday of NFL. It's too much, man. It's too much.
With college football going on Thanksgiving Day, definitely going on Friday, and definitely going on Saturday. That's just So I remember last year there was like a stretch. I want to say like 70, 80 something days where we had literally a football game every day because the NFL was expanding their schedule and college was moving into Tuesdays somehow, some way. I'm going to have to take a look at that now that the schedules are out because I'm going to guess that gap, whether it was 70 or 80, has expanded to like 90 to 100 days this year. I'll do some research on that.
I'm sure. A couple other notes here that I'll bring up as far as the scheduling goes. And I threw this out there on the in the group chat today. But one team that really stands out to me is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who I think we could say for the last couple of years have been one of the league's most uninteresting teams.
Yeah.
Incredibly boring to watch. Their games suck. As of today, May 14th, they still don't have Aaron Rodgers signed. So if the season started today, it would be Drew Aller, rookie, who would be their starting quarterback. But they put the Pittsburgh Steelers, so they have a Thursday night in week 4. But are you ready for this, Rodney? So from week 7 through week 13, they have a 6-game stretch where 4 of those games are on national television, like standalone national TV. There's a stretch where starting in week 10 after the bye week, there's Sunday night at Cincinnati. Then they're going to be at Philadelphia on CBS for a late afternoon game, which is presumably going to be like a Jim Nantz, Tony Romo game. Then it's the Black Friday game. And then the week after that, they get week 14. So then week 13, they're hosting the Houston Texans Sunday night. And then week 14, they're Monday Night Football at Jacksonville. So they have 4 primetime games in a 5-week stretch. And like from week 7 to week 14, they have 5 games where they're like the standalone game. Like that's a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers to throw at me when like the team is going to be super boring, like always. Yeah. I'm just like, why them? Why are we just getting hit in the face with Steelers just like Sunday night and Monday night and Black Friday? And like, why? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know why they love it. Now we gotta, it used to maybe be the Tomlin factor. Now we've got a different look. Yeah, it's
Mike McCarthy. Are we that interested in Mike McCarthy? We know what Mike McCarthy is. Like, that's not interesting to me. It shouldn't be interesting to anyone.
I'm with you. I don't know. The NFL has a fascination for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but good statistic there. Let's move to the Christmas Day games. I thought the NFL did another good job with the Christmas Day games. It's Packers Bears to start today at noon Central Time, which would be 8 Hawaiian time. At that point, it'll be 7 Hawaiian time, right? In December.
In December, very good. You've been paying attention. Yeah, that would be 8 a.m. Hawaiian Standard or Hawaiian Daylight Time. Yeah.
So then you've got Denver and Buffalo back on prime time. So you see here, you got the Bears, you got Buffalo, and you got Denver. Did Denver have it? No, Denver didn't have a Thanksgiving Day. So you got Bears and Buffalo.
No, Denver's Black Friday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew we just mentioned it. So Buffalo, Denver, the middle game on Christmas Day, 3:30 Central. And then at night, it's Rams, Seahawks. NFL did a good job Christmas Day again.
They did. So I just noticed, though, Rodney, that the Christmas games feature 5 of the 6 teams that are playing on Christmas Day, 5 of them were ones that also played like in the Thanksgiving sort of like Thanksgiving Eve through Black Friday. So like they're kind of just picking the same teams, which you would say, okay, well, it's the same teams because they're the most interesting. I get that. But also like, does it have to be the same teams? Like you're banking on those teams being great, being interesting, being competitive. Like what happens if the Bo Nix injury is really bad and like the Broncos scuffle this year, and then we have the Broncos in all these primetime games, or like the Bears come crashing down to earth because they went from the easiest schedule in the world to the most difficult schedule, and then it's like, oh, they're a 5-win team that we just have to see every holiday. Like they're really putting their eggs in the basket of very specific teams this year.
No, I agree. So they're hoping for non-injuries. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna get to. Let's real quickly talk about Week 1. Okay, I don't want to spend forever talking about the NFL schedule.
I do.
Yeah, I know, but there's other things I want to talk about tonight. So we talked about the Wednesday game, Sunday. So the Sunday slate: Bears, Panthers. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. You like the game, you don't like the game, you're meh on the game. All right, Bears, Panthers.
So is this like the game, love the game, or meh on the game?
Like the game, don't like the game, meh.
Oh. All right. So Bears, Panthers. I like the game. I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I don't like that we're going to get 4 months of Bryce Young versus Caleb Williams talk leading up to it, but I do like the game.
Saints at Lions.
That's a meh. It's a meh. It's a meh.
I agree.
Why do so many
Ravens.
people love Tyler Shuck, by the way? Like whole timeline is just people saying like Tyler Shuck's already like one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. First of all, he's not young. I don't get it with them. But anyway, proceed.
Ravens at Colts.
I guess I like it. Yeah.
All right. Falcons at Steelers.
I don't like it.
You just don't like watching the Steelers play.
I don't. Does anyone?
No. Cardinals. I'm kind of going the wrong way here. Hold on. Let's get back to the noon game. Bucks at Broncos.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that game. Yeah, that's a good game.
No, excuse me. Bucks at Bengals. Sorry. You like that game.
Well, my Bengals, so have to. The Bengals are going to I'm going to be the Bengals Huckleberry, or are the Bengals my Huckleberry? I'm going to be their Huckleberry.
You're going to be their Huckleberry.
Bills. I'm definitely the Bengals Huckleberry.
Bills at Texans.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Browns at Jaguars.
Ugh. Yeah, awful. Did you see Trevor Lawrence's haircut in the schedule release video?
Yeah,
boy, that's unfortunate. That's going to be an unfortunate image to see whenever he sucks this year.
Another thumbs down. Jets at Titans.
Oh.
All right, let's move to the 325 Central. Cardinals Chargers. Down. Okay. Dolphins Raiders. Mendoza Mania taking on Miami. That's where the national championship was. That's where he was born and raised, although it's in Vegas. I'll go here.
Yeah.
Packers Vikings. Packers Vikings. Thumbs up.
Yeah. It's between meh and like it's kind of like a diagonal.
Commanders Eagles. It's Eagles. What do you expect? Sunday Night Football. Your New York Giants hosting the Dallas Cowboys. How many thumbs?
I'm saying meh because I don't know if I love the Giants being in prime time, and it's like all these expectations and the talking points, and like I have PTSD from when they opened up the year. It's 2023. We had just made the playoffs. We had Sunday night hosting the Cowboys. It's like, oh man, they're the team that has these real expectations. They got Darren Waller, like they got blah blah blah, and we lost 40-0. So that's kind of what's in my head. I don't think they're going to lose 40-0 with John Harbaugh. I'm willing to get cold taked on that, but a part of me still feels like this could potentially be bad.
Monday Night Football, Broncos Chiefs.
Assuming, I guess, yeah.
And I skipped over the Melbourne game on Thursday night, 49ers and the Rams. Give me 2 thumbs up there.
I wish it was not on the other side of the country, or on the other side of the world, I should say. But yeah, what time is that going to be? So it's going to be Thursday night. So it's
7:35.
Okay, so they did put it at a point to where it's going to be Thursday night for us. So what time is it going to be in Melbourne? Do we know? Do we care? Like,
hold on, I'll do that. Hold on. What time is it in Melbourne? So right now it is 12:30. So it's going to be
12:25. So it's going to be 10:35 a.m. On Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is that then? Is that 15 hours ahead
of
Central? Yeah.
Yeah. 13 hours.
13 hours. Is it? I don't know. Math's
Didn't hard. I say so 10:25, it's 9:25 right now. Yeah. So no, it's 12:20. So 15 hours, you're right. So yeah, that's crazy. It's going to be like 12:25 Melbourne time.
Listen, Google AI told me differently.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
think of that what you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, that's the schedule release. Let's we can break down some more Tuesday, maybe talk about individual teams. We can talk about your Giants. We can talk about the Bears. Football, I guess, is officially back since the schedule's out. Anyways, all right, I'm going to move on to golf because I do have some golf takes to have here. John Rahm. Oof. John Rahm.
Yeah. Well, this has been happening for a while with John Rahm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went to live. He took the bag, and he's really has. I don't think he's really realistically competed in a major since.
Yeah, it has not been good. Now, don't get me wrong. There's lots of guys that are still not sure if they're making the cut or anything like that. But what did John Rahm end up? Maybe did he come back? Where is John Rahm? I don't even see him on the leaderboard anymore.
All right, hold on. I'm on it. Let's see. John.
Oh no,
Rahm.
he did. He came back.
Yeah.
He came back. Okay. So he was not good for a while. He was not good for a lot of the day, but came back. Okay.
When you put the show together, he was not good.
He was oof. I should have came back and checked that one. All right, I'll be right on this one. Is Bryson DeChambeau cooked? He has not been very good, and he did not come back to earth this time, did he? Rory McIlroy not very good either. I'll get to that one. Rory McIlroy +4 so far on the tournament. Bryson +6.
Yeah, well, Rory was shooting even until he bogeyed his last 4 holes, which were his back 9, but they were technically the front 9. Yeah, not great. Like he ended his round with a par 5, 609-yard par 5, by the way. Woo! That's a pair. And he bogeyed it, which, I don't know if you know this, Rodney, but typically if you want to win these majors, you can't bogey the par 5s.
Yeah.
Can't do it. But rather than talk about all the guys that you just did who stink, how about the guys at the top of the leaderboard? Now, maybe you've heard of this guy. Maybe you haven't. But a certain Scotty Scheffler is one of the 7 guys who are tied for first place right now. And I would imagine all the other 6 guys aside from Scotty Scheffler are like, well, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a big favorite against all of them. So aside from Scotty, we have Aldrich Potgieter. Tell me if you've heard of these guys that I'm going to say before today. All right. So we have Aldrich Potgieter. Yes or no?
I have not.
All right. We have Steven Yeager. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Sounds familiar to me too. Minwoo Lee.
Yes.
Yes. Great follow on Instagram for all those who use the IG. Ryo Hitsatsune.
Oh, hell no.
Hell to the no. What was his price on DraftKings? Martin Kamer.
I've heard of Martin.
Martin Kamer, by the way, who is a former PGA champion winner himself. And then Scotty Scheffler, obviously. And then Alex Smalley.
I don't know as if I've ever heard of Alex Smalley.
I got nothing on Alex Smalley. And then some of the guys that are right behind it, 2 under. I'm just going to cherry pick here, but we have a Daniel Brown. We have a Max Grazerman. We have and then those are the 2. But then we have like Xander Schauffele, Corey Connors, Patrick Reed, who you almost put in our lineup. Probably should have. Speaking of our lineup, I don't think we're gonna make it rich, are we? I think we're gonna.
Yeah, bro. Well, you're not gonna make it rich because you can't play. You're not going to get rich off me either. So we are currently 99,053rd in the contest, and 117,000 players are in it. So we are ahead of just over it. We're ahead of 18,000 people. That's it. We're ahead of 18,000 people. So we're in an interesting spot because Oberg, Hatton, Goddard, Adam Scott all went 2 over, tied for 67th. So my guess is, and I have not looked this up, my guess is top 60 in ties. Maybe it may be different, but they're right around the cut line, maybe a stroke away. Basically, we're going to need those guys to probably be par or better tomorrow, right? Like, I think if they go par +2, has a chance of getting them in. +1, even, probably going to get there. And then Brian Harmon was even. He's tied for 34th. And our best player at 2.72%. That's a lottery ticket right there. Now, it's interesting because he's tied for 15th, but he's only 2 strokes back of first. Nobody's ran away with this yet. Jason Day is 1 under for the tournament. So, interesting. Oberg, by the way, 23% in the Big Millie contest.
Really? That
Really?
much? Ugh.
Really?
I hate that, man. I was like, no one is going to play him in my head.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I thought that, because it seems like everyone plays him all the time because they're waiting. They're waiting for the breakout.
So our lottery tickets are our 2 best guys. Jason Day, 2.72. Brian Harmon, 2.35.
Yeah.
Oberg was 23%. Hatton and Goddard are just shy of 10%. And Adam Scott was at 14.3%. So we're not super chalky here. Oberg is chalky.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Had I known that Ludwig Oberg would be 23%, I probably would have taken someone different. If you have the ownership numbers in front of you, tell me, what was Cameron Young? Because he was the first guy that I was thinking about, but he was like 10K. And it's funny that I'm like hesitant to pay that for Cameron Young, who is the 3rd ranked golfer in the entire world. He's +1. It's not like he's lighting the world on fire right now, but I'm like, the number 3 golfer in the world, who's like the 7th or 8th most expensive guy, is probably someone that I should be considering more. But just I don't know what was holding me back. But what was his ownership?
Well, I'm going to go through here. Scotty Scheffler, 28%. Xander Schauffele, 13%. Patrick Reed, 6%. John Rahm, 13%. Who did you say? Cam Young? Young.
Cam Young. Yeah.
Cam Smith, 1.6%. Jordan Spieth had a good day today. He's 6%. Justin Thomas is just shy of 5%. Let's see. Cameron Young. They don't put them. They're not listing these guys in order. So I'm going to scroll down here. Justin Rose, just shy of 5%. Let's see here. Cameron Young. All right, Cameron Young. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
32.35%.
Okay, so it's probably a good thing we didn't play him. But that means that all of the smart people were like, hey, he's too cheap. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, he hasn't been lighting the course on fire. We need him to miss the cut tomorrow. We need him to miss the cut at 33%, which would basically knock out. If we make 6 out of 6 and this guy misses the cut, okay, we're a little bit better shape. Anyways, that's what's going on in the PGA Championship. Back at it tomorrow. I believe like 6 something in the morning Central Time. Yeah, 6:45 Eastern. So 5:45 Central. We will get. No, that was round 1. Maybe will not. Come on, show round 2. There we go. Let's show 9. So tomorrow we'll get Dustin Johnson is the first group off tomorrow. Boy, he's fallen, hasn't he? He never was first group. He was always the prime time guy. Dustin Johnson, 5:45 Central Time tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's old. It's not like we can be like, oh man, Dustin Johnson, he was totally in the prime of his career, because he was kind of falling off before he left for Live. I mean, yeah, but like it's the guys like John Rahm and Cameron Smith who were in their prime, and Bryson who were in their prime, who left, who then have come back. And like, I know Bryson was doing well first, but now there's a couple majors now where Bryson's been awful. And, John Rahm hasn't really been great. I know he bounced back today, but like Cam Smith has been awful. Like, it's just, that's the theme with these guys. They're not playing competitive golf year round. So by the time they get to the majors, it's like, I have to wear pants. Like, where's the music? I got to do 4 rounds of this. Like, they forget what it takes, and you could see how much it affects them. Plus, I also think like mentally, like they know that everyone else that they're playing with kind of like looks at them and they're like, you guys are sellouts. Like, I'm sure that there's sort of a mental hurdle there that they have to overcome, which in golf is hard because it's already such a mental game.
All right, I'm going to move on from golf, and we're going to talk NBA real briefly. I want to talk NBA. I want to give you the sad news on the ice.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm powering through it. I'm powering through it, and it's fine. The group chat is coming to terms right now, and we're already beginning plans to rebrand to a roster construction thread starting tomorrow.
All right.
Um,
Anyways, let's talk NBA first. So since Tuesday, the Cavaliers picked up their win. We knew that, and the Spurs picked up their win. Now, so you've got the Pistons Cavaliers in Cleveland tomorrow. Cavaliers are favorite. Does that series end in 6? Yes or no?
Well, I don't want to give away too much with my bees for bees that we're doing later, but I think this is going to go 7 games. I do, and this is a Detroit team that was down 3-1 to the Orlando Magic and found a way to get it done. I still think they're overall a better team than Cleveland, although I've been pretty high on Cleveland this year. But like, I'm not ruling out the top team in the East just yet. I don't know if I can do it, and I think that we get a 7th game.
All right, and then in the West, it's Spurs at Timberwolves. Do the Timberwolves go back to San Antonio?
I don't think they do.
Yeah,
I don't quite think they do. Yeah, like the Spurs with, Wemby was able to avoid the suspension. So what was it? So they were up 3-1, and then how the series, remind me how like the series flow went. It was so San Antonio lost game. So right, so they lost game 1 at home, but then destroyed them game 2, won on the road game 3, lost game 4 on the road, and then crushed them game 5. Like, yeah, I kind of think the Spurs finished them off here.
Yeah, I think Spurs win in that one. I think they'll win even though it's in Minnesota. I think San Antonio finds a way to get it right, get right, and get the win there. So you're going to go 1 game 7. I don't think there'll be any game 7s. I just don't. All right, let's move to the ice because we do have more things.
You're officially taking Cleveland then officially.
I am, yeah, I am. 2 game 6s tonight in the NHL. There's been several goals scored tonight. There's already been 12 goals in 4 periods. Montreal 6-3 at Buffalo. That's a bad loss for Buffalo
well, Buffalo, I checked the score. I was out, and it was like late in the second period. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, Sabres are up 3-2. Turn on the TV, like 6 minutes to go in the game, and Montreal suddenly up 6-3. I was like, well, that escalated quickly. So yeah, and this is now the second game in Buffalo that Montreal has like beaten the brakes off of them, and it's just like Montreal's not more experienced than them. They're a young team. They're just as young, but no, they've played great, and now they have a chance to win it at home in what I believe to be the best home ice advantage going right now in the league. So
yeah,
as it stands, then, because I'm going to hopefully Tim curse this, but as it stands, we're going to get Vegas, Colorado in the West, and then I guess Montreal, Carolina in the East.
I mean that screams Colorado, Carolina to me.
Well, I mean, Carolina hasn't lost a game this postseason.
No.
Colorado has lost 1 game this postseason. I don't think either team sweeps or like necessarily makes it look super easy in the conference final, but yeah, I think Carolina, Colorado is probably where this is headed. Colorado, by the way, who yesterday was down 3-0 in that game and found a way to get it to overtime and win it in overtime. I know there's a lot of talk in the NHL about the President's Trophy curse, where the team with the best record doesn't typically win it all. I feel like this is one of those years where that's going to change. Like, Colorado just looks really, really good and just has looked unstoppable pretty much since opening night.
Yeah, so there you go. There's your playoff update in both NBA and NHL. All right, I'm going to move to a quick game. Take about 5 minutes or so to play a quick game here. We'll get to our best bets for betting, and we'll remember somebody tonight. But all right, so I'm only going to do 3 categories for you here. Make it short and simple tonight. You have not looked at the league leaders. I like to do this every once in a while where I just ask you, who do you think's winning a certain category? Now, I'm not going to ask you American League home runs because that's Aaron Judge. Not even going to ask you National League home runs because that's Kyle Schwarber. But I am going to ask you a couple that struck me today that I was like, Tim isn't going to know this. All right.
This is going to be brutal.
But they're pretty main categories. But here we go. American League batting average. Who is the American League batting leader? And the only reason I'll wait on that. Who's American League batting leader?
It's not Ben Rice anymore.
It's not Ben Rice. Ben Rice is not in the top 5.
Yeah, he came back from injury. He had a couple games where the average dropped. Oh boy, it's like there's one of those things I don't even know where to start. Can you give me a division? Can you at least give me that?
West.
Okay, AL West. Thank you. That helps. Okay. Don't think it's anyone on Houston. So it's probably someone with the A's. That's like the only team that's hitting the ball. I'm going to say the A's. I'm going to say it's Shea Langoliers is the AL leader in batting average.
That is correct. He is hitting .331 ahead of Riley Green, Josh Young, Yordan Alvarez, and Chandler Simpson rounding out.
I would not have gotten that if you did not say the division. Like I can tell you that right now. Yeah,
I agree with that. That's okay. You can ask for a question. You can ask for a hint with every one of these. All right, we're going to move to the National League, and we're not going to do a batting average because there is a batting leader and then there is a hits leader. The hits leader is actually second in batting average. The National League hits leader, who has the most hits in the National League?
All right, I'm gonna give a very strange guess, and then when it's wrong, I'll ask for a hint. I'm gonna say the NL hits leader is Michael Harris of the Atlanta Braves.
Michael Harris is not the answer. He is not in the top 5, but you are in the correct division. You are in the correct division. You are not with the correct team. Second is a Brave, but it is not Michael Harris. But you are in the correct division.
Who is second for the Braves? Is it Olsen?
No, it's Drake Baldwin is second in the National League in hits with 51, tied with Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie, good for Ellie. Okay, but National League East. Okay, I don't think it's on anyone on the Mets. I don't think it's anyone on the Marlins. So is it gotta be? It's gotta be someone on the Phillies then. It's not like Trey Turner, is it?
No, it is a Marlin, and there's 2 in the top 5. There's 2 Marlins in the top 5.
Oh, brother. Okay, well now this game becomes name a Marlin, and that's where it gets hard for me.
All right, let me give this to you. It's Otto Lopez, OTTO Lopez with 56.
I know Otto Lopez. He's the second baseman on my on one of my fantasy teams. But I didn't even think about it.
Xavier Edwards is 4th. So it's Lopez, Baldwin, De La Cruz, Edwards, and Andy Pages. Now, leading the National League in batting average is Brandon Marsh at 343.
Really?
Yes. 343 ahead of Lopez at 335.
That's insane.
Things you knew. As I said, NL home run leaders Kyle Schwarber. Batting average leader is a guy by the name of Liam Hicks. Boy, the Marlins are hitting. The Marlins are finding ways to hit, man. They've got a lot of leaders.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like the Marlins. It's like, oh well, they can't hit, but they'll be able to find a way to pitch. But they're getting the hitting, but like I don't think they're pitching particularly well, and they're in 4th place right now. They're only like a game and a half up on the Mets.
Correct. Mets just swept the Tigers, so that's a good start. They seem to maybe be trending the right direction. All right, last one I'm gonna ask you is American League RBIs leader. Now, Aaron Judge leads in home runs with 16. Aaron Judge is second in RBIs with 30. There is one guy in American League with more RBIs than Aaron Judge, and in fact, Well, there's several guys in the NL more than he does, but one guy ahead of him in the American League, and that is in the same division. I'll go ahead and give you that as Aaron Judge.
Same division. So this is the American League East. More ribbies than Judge. It's not anyone on the Yankees. Wait, well, hold on. I want to say that Cody Bellinger might have over 30 RBIs.
Cody Bellinger's not right. It is not a Yankee.
Okay. I know he's been coming on yeah.
Now Ben Rice is tied for third.
Yeah. No, I think Ben Rice is right just shy of 30.
Yeah, it's Yordan Alvarez, Christian Walker, and Ben Rice all have 29. Yeah. Aaron Judge has 30. This player in the American League East, not on the Yankees, has 33.
33. Okay. I'm going to go with Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Same team, but it's Jonathan Aranda. 33 RBIs for Aranda. I find the American League runs scored interesting. It's Judge, Trout, Buxton, and Arozarena. 4 names at the top there. And somehow, some way, Jose Ramirez leads the American League in stolen bases. Again,
so
18.
Jose Ramirez has never looked like he can steal and yet ends up with 30 steals a year.
Yeah. Well, he's going to end up with more than 30 this year. He's got 18 already.
Yeah.
But, that is – go ahead.
I know. Well, I was just going to say that was great. You picked some great categories. I know that we have just about 12 minutes left on the show here, but real quick, Rodney, based on all this research, what does the American League All-Star team look like 2 months before the Midsummer Classic? Because we're talking about these names. I'm going to say Langoliers is the catcher. Yeah, I know that. We're going to have Judge in there. I'm going to but then it's Jonathan Aranda starts, Yordan DHing. Yordan. What does this team look like here?
Bobby Witt's playing short.
Yeah, that's a good one. Jose Ramirez at third, or is there someone who's been better?
Jose Ramirez is going to be at third. So is Yordan going to be the DH?
I would assume so.
Vlad's hitting 288 now. He's only got 2 home runs. I'm trying to figure out first base here for us. Christian Walker, 10 home runs, 29 RBIs, 275 batting average. Christian Walker at first base, so 2 Astros.
Even though the Astros are terrible, sure.
Yeah. Riley Green's having a good year. He played, in the outfield.
Where does Murakami play? Wait, isn't Murakami a first baseman? The White Sox?
Yes, that would be a good call.
15 homers.
Yeah, that's a good call for the American League. Yeah. Yes, Murakami at first base. That's interesting.
So, I'm not saying, hey, let's take the best players. I'm saying, just based on who's having the best numbers, is it going to be, Murakami at first and Jonathan Aranda? I don't even know. What position does Jonathan Aranda play? I feel like every Ray plays every position. I think he's also a first baseman. So, it's how do you judge that?
He is a first baseman. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see at first base. That's a great question because I assume. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Rodney. So during your research here for finding stats, did you think about doing who's the major league leader in wins as a pitcher?
Ooh, it's Cam Schletter, right?
No, it is not.
Is it Jose Soriano?
No, he's in a tie with Chris Sale and Paul Skeens for second, but there is one pitcher who has 7 wins.
I see it now, and you just mentioned him in the group chat the other day. Aaron Ashby, and he's out of relief, right?
Yes, yeah. Aaron Ashby, who's not a starter.
One start.
Yeah. He has 1 start this year, probably as an opener. But for the most part, he's been pitching out of relief. He is 7-0 with a 2 ERA. And the funny thing is, he said he's so nasty. He's got a 1.26 WHIP, which is that's pretty good. But it's not oh my God, he's so unhittable. But 7 7 wins, leading the league as a reliever is so bizarre.
The winning game
that
comes
should
into.
have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Brewers are 24-17, so he's won 30% of their games.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so that is fun.
How about
Who's the National League leader in saves?
Well, Riley O'Brien probably tied with the. Is he right there with with Mason Miller?
No, he's got more than Mason Miller. Sorry, he's tied with Mason Miller. Yeah, and then Cade Smith from Cleveland leads the American League, but all 3 of those guys are at 13 saves. That's exactly what we all predicted going in. Like Riley O'Brien and Mason Miller having 13 saves apiece on May 14th. We all knew that was going to happen.
Riley O'Brien's been good. Now he did give up the walk off to San Diego on the 10th. Ran in a little bit bad luck. He gave up the home run. Obviously, he blew the save. Didn't take the loss there. That Nick Castellanos 2-strike home run. But Riley O'Brien, 23 strikeouts in 20 innings. He's only walked 2 batters all season. So, he's done a good job. Job. All right, let's get to best bets for betting. I want to get to these before we run out of time. So our best bets for betting segment. I'll go first. These are all games for tomorrow, Friday, May 15th. I will go Cavaliers -3.5 over the Pistons in Cleveland. I think the Cavaliers finish the series. Hopefully they win by 4. I could see it being closer, but I'll take the Cavaliers. I said the Spurs would win, but I think the Timberwolves keep it close at 4.5. I think it'll be a real close game, or I'm just not real sure. I'll take the Spurs to win by a bucket or 2, and Minnesota to cover 4.5. That's a narrow gap. I gave myself a narrow gap there. Maybe I'm not so sure on the Spurs. Maybe that's what it is. Anyways. I'm going to go with the W. I know you're really excited about WNBA action. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. They're 1-1 on the season. They got blown out. They got beat at home in their opener. They went to LA and won in their second game. I think they smashed the Mystics tomorrow. They get back at it in front of their home fans. Mystics are 1-1 on the season. Washington Mystics. I'll go Cubs over White Sox in the crosstown rivalry tomorrow. The Chicago-style crosstown rivalry. Cubs got back on track today. Shut out the Braves 2-0. This is on the south side, but I will take the Cubs, and then I will take the Guardians. Did you know that Tanner Bibby is 0-5 on the season? He's 0-5 with a 4.17. He's taking on Andrew Abbott. But and this is rivalry week in Major League Baseball, apparently. I did not know that until I looked at the schedule. Cardinals, Royals. It is. It's literally rivalry weekend. I will take the Guardians to beat the Reds in the first game of that series.
All right. Those are good. Yeah, it is rivalry week because I saw, like the Yankees and Mets are playing this weekend. So it all makes sense. Good weekend. All right. For mine, so I alluded to it earlier. The Pistons Yes. Yeah. So sorry, I got confused there. Yeah. So the Pistons are in an elimination game on the road. You're taking the Cavaliers to win and cover. I think the Pistons not only cover but win outright and do force a game 7. So I'm going to take Detroit. I'm also going to go against you in the NBA. I think the Spurs win and they're able to win by 5+. I just think that when everything's clicking, they've just totally overmatched Minnesota. Montreal looked great in game number 5 in a huge game on the road, and I think that they close it out. So I'm taking them outright in game 6 to finish that series. For MLB rivalry week, we got the Tigers. They're a small home underdog against the Toronto Blue Jays. So I'm going to take the Tigers at plus money here. Also, the Blue Jays on the road this year, 6-13. They've been a dreadful team on the road. So I'm going to take Detroit there. And then the Cubs, White Sox, I'm with you. I think the Cubs win. They got Edward Cabrera on the mound. And I'm going to take them by at least 2 runs. So take them on the run line for that one. So,
all right.
A little more faith in the Cubbies.
All right. So I am 77-83 on this, not even on the season. We're into like year 2 for best bets. I guess, did we start this? I don't remember. Did we start this at
We
New Year?
started this at the beginning of the year. Yeah.
So for 2026. And you are 79 and 81. All right, let's do our Let's Remember segment where we remember somebody random. Literally, so when I did this a couple weeks ago before our spring break, I did like ask, like Chat GPT. I was like, hey, name me some random athletes. And I just picked one. But no, today, as I was putting the show together, this name literally popped up in my head. And I'm like, let's do this one. This is going to be. Do you remember Greg Jeffries?
No.
I'm
young. I'm young, man. Like Greg Jeffries was I think doing his thing when you were a kid. And teenager and stuff like that. Yeah, 1987 to 2000. But no, and listen, like I know a good amount of players that were before my time, if you will. But no, Greg Jeffries is someone who has eluded me all these years. So I can't wait to hear about him.
All right. Well, Greg Jeffries was a Cardinal for a short period of time, but back in the day, his trading card was a popular one. He's 58 years old now. As I said, he started in 87. He was best known for his stint with the Mets. That's where he started. Went to the Royals for a year, went to the Cardinals for 2, went to the Phillies for like 4, played with your Anaheim Angels for a part of a season in 1998, and then he finished his career with the Tigers. He's a two-time All-Star. 93 and 94. That was with the Cardinals, so he was good with the St. Louis Cardinals. Switch hitter, career .289 batting average, only 126 home runs, but dudes in that era didn't hit a lot of home runs. There wasn't a lot of home runs in the late 80s, early 90s. The guys just didn't hit a lot of home runs. I don't know why. In 1987, he hit .367 in the minor leagues before getting called up. So he's kind of one of those minor league stars. But I don't know. I liked Greg Jeffries. I guess I'm not surprised because he is a little bit older than some of these other guys, but a little bit surprised you don't know Greg Jeffries.
Well, yeah, it's funny because he had the 2 All-Star appearances with your Cardinals, so I'm like, no wonder that you would remember him because his 2 years in St. Louis were his 2 best ones. The 1 year he had in St. Louis, so 1993, he hit .342. Had 16 homers, 83 RBIs, had 46 steals. This is amazing too. You want to talk about like a guy who is in a different era. The most strikeouts that Greg Jeffries ever had in a season was his first full season, which looks like it was 1989 as a 21-year-old, 46. That's the most strikeouts he ever had. His like St. Louis Cardinals 1990. I'll do 1993 because 1994 was cut down by the strike, but 1993 he had 32 strikeouts all year to 62 walks, and hit .342. Had close to 50 steals. Had little under 190 hits. That's a different time, man. Yeah. That's just a different era of baseball. Just the lack of strikeouts. So
get on base.
Pretty wild.
Hit a lot of home runs. It was. He was the first 2-time winner of the Baseball American Minor League Player of the Year. So, like I said, a very good minor leaguer. Again, 2-time All-Star. I honestly think baseball people would say he was most popular with the New York Mets. That was kind of when he had his popularity coming up. But as you said, his best seasons were in St. Louis. Son of a baseball coach, so he's one of those. He's a gamer. He's a baseball guy. He's a ball player. Greg Jeffries, now 58 years old. That's getting there. That's getting there. So, anyways, do we remember?
He was only. So why did he retire so young? Because he made his major league debut as a 19-year-old in 1987. By the time he was done in 2000, he was only 32 years old.
Yeah.
Like his last game ever was May 29th, 2000, as about 2 months shy of his 33rd birthday.
Yeah. So
why so young?
Well, he severed his right hamstring with the Tigers. Phil Garner offered him a bench coach job in 2001, and he declined that. It's interesting you asked that because in 2020, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch had an interview with Jeffries, and he said he was absolutely not content with what he accomplished in his career. So I feel like he got hurt. The Tigers, his current organization he was with, kind of started to push him towards coaching, staying in the organization, and he just could never find his way back? Question mark. That's kind of what I'm guessing. Yeah. Started working at a hitting academy, so he's still around baseball. His son Jake was drafted in 2015 by the Nationals. So a true baseball guy, but short career, but a nice career for Greg Jeffries. So that is the Do You Remember segment for May 14th.
It's called the Let's Remember Someone segment.
Yeah, let's remember. Good call.
Yeah, that's
all right.
That's it for the show.
Let's get out of here. Follow us on Twitter, not X, Stupid Sports Show, no W on the end. My Substack is okay for May. I haven't been great in May. Still ahead for the year, though. So Substack, go sign up. The code's up there.
For the rest of us, it's right up there.
Yeah. So other than that, we will be back Tuesday, May 19th. And we should be into the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, both on the ice and the hardwood.
We will. Will be fun. All right. He is Rodney Newpel. I am Tim, the Russian Rocket Van Stratton. We'll be back Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central, for fun night of sports talk and other nonsense with you. So we'll catch you then. Have a great weekend, everyone. This has been another edition of the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the Stupidest Sports Show on Earth with Rodney Newpel and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.